everyone! How are you all? I hope you're doing great. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Neha, and today we're going to do something fun, useful, and delicious. We're not just going to cook a meal. We're going to learn all the useful kitchen vocabulary in English along the way. Yes, we'll cover tools, ingredients, cooking actions, and even cleaning words. Whether you're learning English, moving abroad, or just want to feel more confident in the kitchen, this video will help you speak like a pro. So tie up your apron, roll up your sleeves, and get ready, because today we're cooking and learning together. And hey, if this sounds fun, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's start our journey from the fridge to the plate.
It's a calm morning. I step into my small kitchen. The sunlight is coming through the window, and the smell of fresh coriander is in the air. I look around. There's the fridge, the microwave, my little spice rack, and some clean dishes in the dish rack. I grab my apron, tie it around my waist, and say, "Let's cook." First, I open the refrigerator and take out some vegetables: tomatoes, carrots, green beans, and some tofu. I also grab butter, milk, and a few eggs. From the cupboard, I bring down the rice container, some flour, and a jar of lentils. I check my kitchen clock. It's 9 a.m. Perfect timing to start breakfast. Let's start with preparing the vegetables. I wash everything under the tap using a colander to drain the water. Then I place the veggies on the kitchen counter. Time to cut. I grab my cutting board, place it down, and use a sharp knife to dice the tomatoes and slice the carrots. I also peel the potatoes with a peeler, a small tool that makes life so much easier. As I chop, I hum a little tune. Cooking can be relaxing, right? I crack 2 eggs into a bowl and whisk them with a fork. Then I add a pinch of salt, pepper, and some chili flakes. Next, I take another mixing bowl and prepare a batter for pancakes. 1 cup flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, a pinch of baking powder, 1 cup milk, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon melted butter. I mix it all with a whisk until smooth, no lumps. Now the real magic begins. I switch on the stove, I place a non-stick frying pan on it and let it heat. I drizzle some oil using a tablespoon. As the pan heats, I pour a ladle of pancake batter. I spread it with the back of the ladle, wait, then flip it using a spatula. Flip! Perfect golden color. While the pancake cooks, I take a saucepan, pour in water, and add some tea leaves, sugar, and milk. Yes, it's time to make Indian chai. On another burner, I sauté the chopped vegetables with a bit of oil and cumin. The aroma is heavenly. The toaster pops, my bread slices are ready. I spread some butter using a butter knife and top it with jam. Now I plate everything: pancakes, tea, toast, sautéed veggies on a serving plate. I pour the tea into a ceramic mug, place everything on a tray, and carry it to the table. After breakfast, let's get lunch ready. Today I'm making rice, dal, and a simple salad. I rinse 1 cup of rice and half a cup of yellow lentils separately in a strainer. I place the dal in a pressure cooker with 3 cups of water, salt, turmeric, and a pinch of asafoetida. I lock the lid tightly and wait for 3 whistles. While the dal cooks, I heat a deep pot, also called a kadai, and add oil, mustard seeds, green chili, and garlic. Once the garlic turns golden, I pour this tadka into the dal. It sizzles, so satisfying. I boil the rice in a pot with some salt and keep the lid half open so it doesn't overflow. Now for the salad. I chop cucumber, tomato, onion, and add a squeeze of lemon juice. Let's do something fun. Bake a cake. I preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. In a mixing bowl, I add 1 cup flour, ½ cup sugar,
2 tablespoons cocoa powder, ½ teaspoon baking soda, ½ cup milk, 1/4 cup oil, and a splash of vanilla essence. I use an electric hand mixer to blend the batter smoothly. Next, I grease the baking tray with oil and line it with butter paper. I pour the batter in and tap the tray gently to remove air bubbles. Into the oven it goes for 30 minutes. When it's done, I check with a toothpick. Clean means it's ready. I cool the cake on a wire rack and then cut it with a cake knife. Yum! Now comes the part nobody likes, cleaning up. I take all the dirty dishes, utensils, and glasses to the sink. I wear my rubber gloves, open the tap, and use a sponge with dish soap to scrub everything clean. I place the clean dishes in the dish rack and let them air dry. Then I wipe the kitchen counter with a wet cloth. Lastly, I sweep the floor with a broom and use a mop and bucket to clean the tiles. The kitchen smells fresh again. Let's walk through some of the most important kitchen vocabulary words you'll need while cooking or just being around the kitchen. Each word is explained in a simple way and used in a sentence so you can understand how to use it in daily life. A spatula is a flat tool used to flip or lift food, especially while frying. For example, I flipped the pancake with a spatula to cook the other side. A knife is sharp and used to cut or chop vegetables, fruits, or meat. Be careful while using the knife, it's very sharp. The cutting board is a flat surface where you place food items while chopping. I place the onions on the cutting board before slicing them. A whisk is a tool with wire loops used to quickly beat eggs or mix batter. I whisked the eggs until they were nice and fluffy. A ladle is a big round spoon used for serving soups or gravies. I poured the hot dal into the bowl using a ladle. Tongs are like long pinchers, helpful for grabbing hot items like toast or fried snacks. I use tongs to pick up the samosas from the oil. A colander or strainer is a bowl with holes useful for washing vegetables or draining water from pasta or boiled rice. I rinsed the rice in a colander before cooking. A grater is used to shred items like cheese, carrots, or ginger. She grated some cheese to sprinkle on the pasta. A peeler is used to remove the skin from vegetables like potatoes or carrots. I peeled the potatoes before boiling them. A mixer or blender is a machine that helps you mix, grind, or make smoothies. I blended bananas and milk to make a smoothie. A rolling pin is a cylindrical tool used to flatten dough, for example, while making chapatis. I rolled the dough using a rolling pin. A pressure cooker is a must-have in Indian kitchens. It cooks food faster using steam. I cooked the lentils in the pressure cooker. It was ready in just 10 minutes. Oven mitts are thick gloves worn to protect your hands when handling hot trays or pans. I wore oven mitts while taking the cake out of the oven. Let's learn some very useful cooking action words, or what we call verbs. These are the words that describe what we do while cooking. Ready? Let's go! Chop. Chop means to cut something into small pieces. For example, I chopped onions and tomatoes for the curry. We chop vegetables almost every day. Boil. Boil means cooking something in hot, bubbling water. For example, I boiled the eggs for breakfast. Fry. Fry means to cook something in oil. She fried the puris in hot oil until they puffed up. Sauté. Sauté means to fry something lightly in just a small amount of oil. For example, I sautéed the onions until they turned golden brown. Whisk. Whisk means to beat eggs or liquids quickly to mix them. For example, he whisked the cream to make it fluffy. Pour. Pour means to transfer liquid from one container to another. For example, I poured milk into the tea. Simmer. Simmer means to cook food slowly on low heat, usually after boiling. Let the soup simmer for 15 minutes. Bake. Bake means to cook food in an oven. We baked cookies for the holiday. Grill. Grill means to cook using dry heat from a grill or griddle. For example, I grilled sandwiches for lunch. Roast. Roast is similar to baking, often used for vegetables or meat. She roasted potatoes with herbs and olive oil. That's it! You just learned the most important cooking action words in English. Next time you cook, try using these words and see how your English improves every day.
Let's now learn some common kitchen words together. From ingredients to how we serve food, and finally, how we clean everything up. Let's start with ingredients, the things we use in cooking every day. Flour is that soft white powder used in baking or making chapatis. I added 2 cups of flour to the mixing bowl. Butter is a creamy dairy product. It makes food tasty and is also great on toast. I spread butter on my toast in the morning. Oil is something we use in almost every Indian recipe. It helps fry and cook food. I added 2 tablespoons of oil to the pan. Spices give Indian food its real flavor. Turmeric, cumin, coriander, and chili powder are some common ones. Add some turmeric and chili powder to the curry for extra flavor. Herbs are plant leaves that we use for aroma and taste, like mint, basil, oregano, and parsley. I sprinkled oregano on the pasta before serving. Now, let's look at serving and eating items. A plate is what you eat your meals on. Example, I served rice and curry on the plate. A bowl is great for things like soups, dals, or snacks. Example, I poured the hot soup into a bowl. A glass is for water or juice. A cup or mug is for tea or coffee. Example, she drank her chai from a large mug. A tray helps you carry multiple things at once. Perfect when guests come over. Example, I placed the tea and biscuits on the tray. A napkin is a small piece of cloth or paper. We use it to wipe our mouth or hands. Example, I placed a napkin beside each plate. Then there's cutlery. That means a fork, spoon, and knife. Example, I used a fork for the pasta and a spoon for the soup. And don't forget the toothpick. It's used for small snacks or to check if a cake is ready. Example, I inserted a toothpick into the cake to check if it was done. Alright, after cooking and eating comes cleaning. We use dish soap and a sponge to clean the dishes. Example, I scrubbed the plates with dish soap and sponge. A brush helps when there's something stuck on the plate. And the sink is where we wash everything. Example, I rinsed the bowls in the sink. We also keep the kitchen floor clean using a bucket, mop, broom, and dustpan. Example, I mopped the floor to remove oil stains. Lastly, a cloth or towel is super handy. You can use it to dry your hands or wipe the counter. Example, I wiped the kitchen counter with a clean towel. Ta-da! That's it! Now you know how to talk about common kitchen items in English.
Wow! We did so much today. We entered the kitchen, prepared breakfast, lunch, and even baked a cake. And all along the way, we learned over 100+ kitchen vocabulary words in English, with meaning and examples. I hope this video helped you learn something useful in a fun and easy way. If you want more videos like this on food, daily routines, or travel English, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more real-life English learning with me, Neha. And tell me in the comments, what's your favorite thing to cook at home?
I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep smiling, and keep cooking. Bye-bye.